Hey everybody, this is Juxtapoz. Let's play at Forged Battalion. This is a newish, or was a newish RTS by Petroglyph Studios, the majority of which were Westwood alumni from the days of Command and Conquer. The primary conceit of this one is the faction creator. This game lets you customize each unit in your roster to create your purportedly unique faction, so to speak. We have these 5 unit types. I don't know if the turret really counts as a unit type at the building. We have 4 unit types, and every production structure, like the air factory, heavy armor, light armor, and infantry, can save 4 slots. So for 4 unique units for each one. So let's make a new, let's make a new tank. Have more options for that. There's our foundation, the light tank. We can change the weapons, the whatever's in the support slot, and the movement. Now, these are the only options I have so far, and this hits on my first major criticism of the game. You have to unlock the tech tree. And it seems like something that would make sense in a free-to-play title where you could purchase the ability to unlock this stuff sooner. But you don't have to play the campaign. You can play skirmishes, you can play multiplayer, or you can play the campaign, and that earns you these research points that you then use to purchase new nodes in this tech tree, which gives you more stuff to customize your units with. And it just feels like busy work. I mean, especially for multiplayer. To load into multiplayer, if I haven't ground up enough research points comparable to my opponent, then I'm just going to be on the back foot, and that's that. He's going to have more options. It really feels like all this should be unlocked from the get-go. You know, leave the tiers in for us to climb through on the campaign as if it serves the story. That said, this is still in early access, so maybe that enough of us bellyached about it that might change. Alright, we have our light tank. It's a perfectly serviceable unit in and of itself. Kind of looks like a striker or something comparable. The only other movement type I have unlocked is treaded. And you see the stats down here, 220 health, 300 movement speed. If we put treads on it, movement speed goes down to 200. The health, did the health? Yeah, the health goes up a bit. And it ignores terrain effects. Now that seems like a fair trade-off. Goes slower, but you can go over rough terrain, but it's not really. We'll get into why later. Let's leave the wheels on it for the time being. Support, the 2 supports I have unlocked are improved armor, which is pretty cool. It actually looks like a real-world Tusk kit, or tank urban survival kit, and regenerative armor, which heals itself when it's not being shot at. And see, the regenerative armor has the same amount of health, but heals itself. The improved armor bumps it up. And without affecting the movement speed, I might add. That's interesting. Alright, weapons. There's the stock cannon. These are the multipliers for the what you shoot at. It only does half damage against infantry, 3/4 damage against. But other than that, the cannon itself is quite useful. Artillery. Can't shoot at flyers at all. It's good for taking down vehicles. I mean, structures, excuse me. Looks pretty darn cool too. Missile rack. Aside from, I mean, it does okay against structures and good against aircraft, but since with my low level of play, I usually see more light vehicles and infantry. I guess if you were to have it on a slot all by itself. So once you pick your options, you can name the unit something. I actually named one striker. Something descriptive, and save it. And if you check this box right here, then that unit will take up one of the slots in your factory for this faction. And it's a neat idea. Let's just play a game. Let me just stop talking.
Plant complete. Constructing.
let's rally over here. A little bit closer. We probably got enough for a rush of sorts.
Here. Right away.
Part of me also wishes there was just
Refinery
infantry as
complete.
opposed to these, you know, suits.
Constructing.
Another thing I'm not crazy about, they did the 8-bit and, in all fairness, this goes all the way back to Command and Conquer thing, where if you have multiples of a production structure, you can't produce out of each one individually. Instead, it multiplies the speed at which units are produced. So having
Barracks
2
complete.
barracks will produce infantry twice as fast. That might streamline things a little bit, but I would far prefer to be making anti-material troops
Constructing.
in one and machine gun troops in another.
Standing by.
The AI has taught me not to neglect a machine gun unit of some sort,
Infantry here.
because otherwise the enemy
Barracks
infantry
complete.
will give
Constructing.
you problems. Oh well, I'm floating resources super bad. And it's very much a macro game.
I'm here.
You know, just get your production structures made and get your resources coming in, and then set your control groups semi-appropriately and
Barracks
flood the other
complete.
guy. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now come down here.
I'm here.
Alright, he's got some neat laser tech there.
Barracks under attack.
Standing by.
Alright, so my material snipers will
Yes.
take out his power supplies and therefore cripple his production, cripple his base. I really like those laser beams he's got that don't seem to be, oh, he's over here attacking me. Check that out. Hey, you lads, take care of that, eh?
I'm here.
Barracks under attack.
Standing by.
Keep the power down. And then take the HQ.
Infantry here. I'm here. Standing by.
Let's
Yes. Infantry here. Ah, Commander.
bring these guys into the fray.
Standing by. Yes. Right away. Infantry here. Commander. I'm here.
And yeah, there'll be a lot of this playing whack-a-mole with
Yes. Infantry here. Hooray. I'm here. Standing by. Yes. Infantry here. Ah, Commander. I'm here. Standing by. Yes.
I've got it turned way down so I can talk. The sound is really good. The sound's really good. I like the art style. I love the central design concept of, you know, build your own RTS or your own faction. We're in early access, so I'm hoping, you know, the idea refines as time goes by. That was a normal AI, and all I needed was a barracks, so that's a weakness.